What's good? What's up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another film breakdown. Today, we're going to look at free agent pass rusher Everson Griffen. After watching his film, he's easily the best mix of who I want the Texans to sign and who's a realistic option. The Texans have called around and have interest in Griffen, so they could possibly sign him soon. So in this video, I'm going to be showing what Griffen could bring to the Texans. I'll look at his wide array of pass rushing moves, what makes him so successful, his ability to rush from the interior, and his run defense as well. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Also really quick, make sure to check out the Texans Unfiltered website and podcast. We've got a lot of great content there for you guys, which will be linked in the description below. Alright, now let's get into the film of Everson Griffen and show why he'd be such a perfect fit with the Texans, because the film don't lie. So Griffen has so many different pass rush moves he uses, but his most deadly in my opinion is his speed to power. Griffen almost always lines up on the left side here, and he really takes it to Colton Miller, exploding through, translating his speed to power. You'll see he fires off the ball here, and then he hits him with a little hezzy at this point. And then after this hezzy, he explodes through, translates that speed to power, punches him in the chest, and just completely manhandles him. It's not even fair. One of the best examples of speed to power is here against Tyron Smith, a great left tackle in his own right, but Everson Griffen had a great battle with him and kind of embarrassed him in this game, to be honest. So I'll break down the speed to power here. First of all, Everson Griffen, he fires off the line of scrimmage. And look at the way his hips are pointed, it looks like he's going upfield on a speed rush. However, that's not where he's going, he's just setting up Tyron Smith for at this point when he translates it to power. So what he does here is he flips his hips, so where he used to be going vertical down the field, now he flips it towards the tackle and towards the quarterback. Now what he also does is he gets lower than Tyron Smith here. Look at the difference in pad level. Then he extends out his arm using his great length and punches Smith right in the chest. And if you can punch an offensive tackle in the chest, you're going to be more powerful than them and you're going to be able to control them better. So because of this, because he translates his speed rush to power and gets low like this, wins the leverage battle, wins the hand placement battle, and uses his great length, he drives back Tyron Smith all the way into the pocket. Look how far he collapses the pocket here. It's crazy. He collapses it so much, and then he gets off the block and finishes off the sack on Dak. What a rush. That speed to power is nasty. Griffen would use this move on basically anyone in front of him. He uses it again here against a great left tackle in Jake Matthews of the Falcons. So let's break it down again here, and the major thing that I love is you'll notice how fast he fires off this line of scrimmage and converts that speed right there to boom, get low, drive into his chest, punch him, and drive him back. That power is insane. He pushes him right into Matt Ryan's face and forces a pressure. Another one here, this time against left tackle Taylor Decker of the Lions, another good left tackle, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the competition is in front of him. He shows up against the best competition, whether it's Tyron Smith, Jake Matthews, or Taylor Decker here. Everson Griffen will always show up. And this speed to power is just nasty. He's a grown man. This is some grown man strength. He's so great at getting into the chest of the tackle and pushing them back and collapsing the pocket. So his speed to power is nasty, but he doesn't just stop there. He also wins greatly with his spin move, and that's disgusting as well. So here he is on the left side, as always. He's going up against Jake Matthews yet again, and I'm gonna break this one down real slow for you guys. So first, what he does is he clubs out Griffen's left arm, and he clubs down on Matthews' left arm. And so what he does there is he tries to defeat that arm so that he can't punch Griffen in the chest right there, because if he punches him in the chest right there, that would stall his entire rush. So he clubs down on that arm, boom, then he spins around really quickly. And then this is the biggest and most important part of the spin move right here. You can see Griffen's right arm is at the side, kind of the hip of Jake Matthews right now. And so what he's going to do is he's going to kind of wrap his arm around Matthews' hip so that locks him out of the play and doesn't allow him to get pushed out. So boom, he does that right there, wraps it around, and then the last part, his right arm right now, Griffen's right arm, it's kind of hard to see. It's underneath Matthews' shoulder right now, but he's gonna rip it up and hook it underneath so that Matthew can't block him out. He can't get a hand on Griffen, and he can't push him out of the play. So that spin move right there, it's 3 parts to it, and it's just so nasty how he strings everything together. So he pulls it off again here against Jake Matthews, second sack of the day against him. Man, Matthews just doesn't learn, I guess. Griffen embarrassed him this game. He was unblockable. This spin move, it's so hard to guard, there's so much going on, and he does it basically the same every single time. It's so repeatable. There, boom, that's the initial club that he always throws out, then he spins, and you can see that right arm is going to hook around Matthews' hip, does that again, and then it's just a free run to Matt Ryan, who had a rough day. He had Griffen in his face all damn day. I feel like y'all get the gist of this point on how the spin move is executed, so I just want to show a couple more examples of him pulling it off against top-notch talent. Here against Teron Armstead, it's just so disgusting, man. Boom. He strings everything together like an expert, and you know, he's a veteran, so it's expected at this point, but it's still just beautiful to watch. He does it here again. It's just every time he doesn't have to get a sack on it, but he wins so many of these reps. It results in pressures, hits, whatever it is. And when you're left tackle and knowing that they have that move in their arsenal, it's really tough to defend. That's constantly in your head. And the more moves that Griffen has, the harder it is for you as a left tackle to defend him. So the next move that I want to talk about with Griffen is his chop move, which is also really deadly. It's a bit more simple, but it can be just as effective. So here up against left tackle here, he just quickly chops down his hands. And if you can chop down their hand like that, it's just such a quick way to get to the quarterback. So as we play the play here, we can see that the left tackle, he has his hands up first. So he's ready to strike, and if he can attack Griffen first, that'll be a big advantage for him. However, what Griffen does is he just simply chops down or slaps that arm down so that there's no possible way of him being blocked. Just boom, gets rid of it so quickly. This move is just, it's quick, but it's deadly, you know? Like, there's nothing that the tackle can really do. He's left just scrambling, can't get back into the play. So he didn't just pull that off against the shitty Chiefs tackle, he did it against Tyron Smith here too. Boom, chops down on his hand, and he forces him back into the pocket, just collapsing that for Dak where he has nowhere to go at all. So let's look at it again here. If we play it slowly, at this point you can see Griffen has his left hand up, ready to chop down on Tyron Smith. And it defeats it originally, but then Smith recovers pretty good, and Griffen has to keep fighting to get back into this play, but it's a good initial way to defeat an offensive tackle's hands and give you an advantage. So these next plays are just going to be a bunch of different moves that Griffen uses to really show his full toolkit. He uses a nice swim over move here against Taylor Decker to get by him, then doesn't give up, spins back, and gets the hit on Stafford. Griffen just has so many tools in his toolkit. This nice inside out move against Jake Matthews here to get by him. It's so nasty. Griffen is just a pass rush specialist. On this one, he hits him with a nice little hezzy, then a rip underneath the shoulder, and that gets him around the tackle. That Chiefs tackle, man, he had an ugly day. Griffen was all over him. Another one here, this time against the Redskins. He hits him with a nice little inside out hezzy, then rips away that left arm of the tackle, and it's just easy for him on that one. That wasn't even a challenge. And then lastly, he can just beat you with a quick speed rush and extension of the arm. So moving on to Everson Griffen's next strength, he's actually pretty useful at being rushed inside. And this is a big reason why Everson Griffen would be such a good fit with the Texans, because this allows us to get our best 4 pass rushers on the field at the same time. We can have Griffen here lined up on the interior. Watt can still play on the edge, because as much as we want him to play on the interior, it's just not going to happen, unfortunately, at this point in his career. If it hasn't happened yet, it's not going to happen. And so then we can also have Ross Blacklock on the interior. I like him as a pass rusher from the interior, maybe Charles Omenihu as well. And then on the other end, we're going to have Whitney Merciless, who we can also rotate out with Jacob Martin and Jonathan Grenard. So now let's look at the actual rush part from Griffen on this play. He does a really good job to get into the chest of the guard here. And since he punches the chest, he's more powerful than him. Then he hits him with the little swim over move at the end there and gets to the quarterback. So let's look at this one more time here. I love how he's pumping his left foot right now, as you can see. And then boom, he fires off, gets into the chest, just pushes Andrus Peat, who's a really good guard, aside. Like, he is not even standing a chance against Griffen. And so this interior rush is a big part of why he can be successful with the Texans. He can rush on the edge, but also on the interior, and that's just going to be so great for our defense, the creativity that Anthony Weaver can use him, Watt, Merciless, and all the others. It'll be awesome. And this play really just further illustrates his ability to attack the interior. He's running a stunt here where he just crashes into the left guard, and it just shows his overwhelming power on this play. You know, the interior rushers, they have to be strong, be able to bull rush and just run straight through an interior guy sometimes like this. And that's what Griffen does. He literally just puts him on his ass. Like, this is embarrassing here. Griffen is just so much stronger, so much more powerful than this guard, and it makes it look ugly. Like, I'm so excited to potentially see Griffen be doing this against guards. Like, it's such a great ability for him to do and bring to the Texans. So obviously, Griffen's main value will come in pass rushing, but he's also a very strong run defender. He's definitely no liability in that sense, and so he's a complete 3-down lineman that we really won't ever have to take off the field. And so as you can see here, he's just really good at setting a strong edge, and that forces the cutback for the running back. And he does this so much, just doing his job, standing up a blocker and forcing the run back inside. He's so good at it, but then he can also just completely shed blocks and throw this offensive lineman to the side. Because it's one thing to set the edge and force the run back inside, but if you can just completely get off a block and completely nullify a run like Griffen can, then it makes you so much more impactful. Like, look at him just throw this offensive lineman to the ground and then chase down the running back for the tackle for loss. You also just can't put a tight end on him, so just don't even try that. Now, the only real downside to Griffen is his age. He is 32, and money. So first of all, with the age thing, he's not going to be playing that big of a role for us. You know, we have a deep D line. He's just going to be a rotational piece with Watt, Merciless, Grenard, Martin. So the age, I don't worry about too much. He's been producing at this age, and we saw his film from last year. Like, this is his last year film. It's amazing. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell that he's aging at all. Like, this doesn't look like a 32-year-old pass rusher. The amount of juice he has, and the thing is that his technique is so good, so that even if he starts to lose athleticism, it's okay because he can depend on this technique that's so refined. So I'm not worried about the age thing. His snaps won't be that crazy. Probably be around 60 to 70% of the game because we have such a deep D line. Now, the next thing is money, but at this point, it's really just going to be a 1-year deal. So it doesn't matter, and we have so much cap space remaining. It's about 18 million. So signing him to maybe a 12 to 14 million dollar deal for 1 year is not going to be bad. All right, that'll do it for my Everson Griffen film breakdown. Just watching his film got me way too excited about us potentially signing him. He really shouldn't be unsigned right now, but hopefully we can take advantage of that. I hope you agree with me on Griffen's strengths and see why his weaknesses aren't really that big of a deal. Griffen will be a great low-risk, high-reward signing, and at this point in the offseason, we really can't do much better. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, comment down below your thoughts on the video. The question of the day is, who would you rather sign, Everson Griffen or Jadeveon Clowney? Let me know. Like I said, I'm a part of Texans Unfiltered and write articles and record podcasts about everything Texans related. So if you're craving more Texans content, check us out. You can also follow us on Twitter at HoustonFBPod, follow me on Twitter for more film breakdowns, live game tweets, and really anything Texans related. Alright, this was Jordan or Texans Thoughts. Hope you enjoy and come back for more. Take care, everyone.